Now then, lots of people asking me, why don't you spend your holidays in the UK this year? Well, I can give you a clue. It's July and I'm in the UK. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to work that one out. Now, like me, you may be jetting off to either Spain or one of the Canary Islands in the coming months. Well, if you are, then I've got some very, very important information for you, and you must adhere by it, or you may be refused entry when you get to the airport, so keep watching. Now, I'm going to be capturing every moment along the way of my journey to Tenerife next week, so make sure that you like, subscribe, and click that little bell for notifications so that you don't miss any of the videos. Also, follow me on Instagram, which is down there. Now, without further ado, let's go. Okay, finally it stopped raining. So, down to business. Holidaymakers jetting to Spain or one of the Canary Islands, such as Tenerife, must fill out a form and get a QR code, but they must not complete it until 48 hours before they fly, under new measures introduced on July the 1st. Brits travelling to Spain or Tenerife must now fill out a form giving details about their stay before flying. The new document is now compulsory for all holidaymakers entering from other countries as of yesterday. Some parts of it relating to health and travel history can only be filled out less than 48 hours before you travel. This is to ensure that it's up to date. Now, currently the Foreign Office advises against all non-essential travel, although as I film this, there are now talks of air corridors being approved as of today, hopefully. But already hundreds of Brits have flown to Spain and Tenerife this week. Now, all travellers will have to complete this form before stepping on the plane in order to be allowed into the country. The document consists of 5 sections and requires your passport identity number, information about your flight and where you will stay in Spain or Tenerife, and also an email address. Travellers will also need to know where they will be sitting on the plane. The new policy requires each person in your travelling group to separately fill out a form. So a family of 4, for instance, would need to fill it out 4 times and receive 4 separate codes. To complete the form, you must upload your details to their website. I'll put their link in the description below. There's also an app. However, I tried to download the app on my iPhone and it said not available in my country, which is odd. I don't know, maybe the air corridors, when they're in place, the app will work. We'll have to see. Now, when you fill it out, you'll receive an email with a security code and a link to your form. Once it's completed, travellers will be sent a personal QR code, which you must, and I reiterate, must carry on your phone, or a printed copy to pass to the airport health checks. Until the end of July, holidaymakers arriving at the airports in Spain or the Canary Islands will be allowed to complete it in paper if they've not filled it out, but this will end at the end of July, so take note. Holidaymakers will also be faced temperature checks upon arrival and inspection at the airport. Now, if you fail any of the checks, don't worry, you'll just be required to see a doctor, and what goes from there I'm not sure. We'll have to check that out. The new measures will help authorities track and trace coronavirus outbreaks speedily. If you don't have an email address, by the way, you can use the same one as someone you're travelling with or maybe a family member. Now, parents can fill out the forms for their children and they must be completed for every traveller regardless of age. Brits will soon be also allowed to travel to 75 countries without the need to isolate on their return to the UK. According to reports, the government are set to ditch air bridges in favour of modifying the new quarantine measures instead. Now, this will see the UK lift a ban on non-essential travel to many EU destinations and also allow long-haul holidays to other countries such as Turkey, Thailand, Australia and New Zealand. A new traffic light system will denote which countries are safe to travel to, with those rated green or amber deemed to be safe. But people returning from red countries will still have to isolate for 14 days. Okay, so started to rain again, sorry about that. Right, now then, this is important. Anybody failing to comply to these rules can and will be fined £1,000, and police are allowed to gain entry to your home. So that's important, remember that. Anyway, on a lighter note, I am off to Tenerife next week. I'm going to be capturing everything that I do over there. I'm going to be looking at bars, restaurants, hotels, water parks, see if they're open. I'm going to get you as much information as possible. So make sure that you like, subscribe and click that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Also follow me on Instagram, which is down there, because I'll be bringing you lots of pretty pictures from the island of Tenerife. Anyway, that's all from me today. Now remember, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.